Welcome to the Reaper Podcast. I'm your host, John Reaper. We were going to have Nico on, but of course he couldn't make it. We were going to have Simon on. I don't know if I've been trying to contact him, so my voice is a little raspy, but yeah. Anyway, I still have his cough. I mean, voice is a little raspy, but that's about it. I'm glad I'm kind of getting over this sickness. I'm really over it. As you can tell, I've been trying to clear up my throat and whatnot. But on with the show. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and it's like freaking crazy. Okay, it's crazy. Of course, I've been watching this on Twitter lately, and NeoGaf. Wow. Just wow. Apparently, from what's been going on, they actually took their site down and everything. NeoGaf, I do believe, was a source for gaming news. I do believe. I went on NeoGaf for like interviews. But that was about it. I never really got on there. One of the people either came out or was accused of a certain crime, and it was just wow. and then supposedly like all of them was trying to cover up for him or whatever, and I was like wow. It just got deeper and deeper, and next thing you know, it just, their site was taken down. It's a really big mess. Okay, let me put this away. Some of you guys might understand is if you guys are going to go on this path where you want to be a entertainer, or you want to be part of this big publisher, don't do anything illegal. Okay? I mean, and the thing is, I mean, a lot of stuff just is like, wow. How can you not be like me? I don't really do anything to jeopardize my thing. I keep it professional. Most of the people I talk to as friendly, that's me. I'm like, hey, I'm a friendly guy. I want to talk to this person friendly. I'm not gonna be an asshole, And then I see this stuff, and it's like, wow. Are you kidding me? Especially with the Harvey Weinstein deal. That was like, wow. And I think it's because of that. A lot of stuff is popping. A lot of, either celebrities are coming forth apologizing for something, or people are waking up. I mean, you would think Bill Cosby. No, this Harvey Weinstein thing pops up, and then it's like everybody starts popping up about stuff, and it's like, wow, and that's only tip of the iceberg, probably. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of dark stuff that goes on, but there are good stuff about being an entertainer and about stuff. Okay, sorry. My audio just like, I was talking, all of a sudden it went straight, and I was like, what the? And it finally popped up. Like it wasn't working. Sorry if I'm coughing or clearing my throat. Yeah, part of the whole sickness. I tried editing stuff out, but man, you can't edit that shit out as much. It sucks. I mean, it's a podcast, but it's insane. You know, when you take on a role as an entertainer, you have a crowd to follow, or you have a crowd that will follow you, and you have to show. You know, and there may be a lot of people that look up to you. You have to show restraint, and you have to show, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna become a role model now. You know, I'm gonna go out in the world and fuck it up. I mean, no, you don't do that. You just say, you know what, I gotta roll no matter what you do, okay, in life, there's people gonna hate, but if you do bad stuff. Okay, illegal, bad stuff. And chances are you're going to get busted. And chances are you're going to lose your stats. You know, NeoGaf is probably screwed for life because of shit that's happened. Harvey Weinstein, who knows if he's screwed for life or not? I mean, look at Bill Cosby. Look at, you know, a lot of other celebrities. You know, it's something that does not take light. I mean, if somebody would come up to me and say, hey, we're gonna make you this biggest voice acting person, but I'm gonna need you to do a favor, whether or not if it's a guy or a girl, you know, and I may sound gay because, okay, look, in every guy's dream, every guy and boy's dream is that a hot, successful woman would come into your life and be like, hey, I'm going to make you rich and powerful and stuff, but you got to do me. I'm sorry, every boy and every man is going to come up and be like, yeah, you know, and then that is your choice. I mean, I don't know the implications of that. You know, but the thing is, you take the right path. Like, say, if you're married or engaged or have a girlfriend, or, you know, I mean, you take the moral path. You know, if it's something that just it makes you feel dirty or not right, or feel like you did not accomplish your goal the way you want to, don't take that path. And I'm not judging people for taking that path. You know, it's really hard out there to, and I know, you know, it's really hard to get out there and stuff like that. And to the right person, you know, that's done trying, that's just down on their luck, that's on their knees and going, I don't know what to do, I'm struggling, and then you get this offer and it's like, wow, I've been trying to achieve this goal for several years now and it's not working, and then I get this offer, and if I get this offer, then it you know, I'm gonna be there to my goal. You know, and there's a lot of women, vice versa, there's a lot of women that really don't want to do that. You know, who knows how many women did? Probably very, very like 1%, you know, very zero chance. But there's a lot of women, and that's the difference between men and women, is that, you know, men are just like, okay, well, yeah, you know, without even thinking. Women are sitting there, you know, not even, you know, don't even want to, or like, no, I don't want to, but if this is the only path, then I gotta take it, you know. They take chances, and like I said, I am not judging whatsoever on people that have taken that path. You know, it's very hard for people, and for people like Harvey Weinstein, who just, wow, is a really, you know, would prey on people instead of going, you know what, you know, I mean, with me, if I was like successful and powerful, and if I see somebody struggling, like a female, and then be like, hey, I can get you a role or get you, you know, noticed, because, you know, or show up, be like, hey, do you have auditions somewhere? And then like I would watch the auditions and be like, you know what, and judge for myself if they're really good or not, and then be like, you know what, I'll give you a chance. You know, I'd be like that. Be like, all you have to, with me, I'll be like, all you have to do, and this is like, you know, like, what? All you have to do is be like, you know, this man gave me a shot, you know, this man, you know, I would be the Dr. Dre of the Eminem, you know. A Dr. Dre and they would be the Eminem. I would be the person that would give them a shot. And everybody be like, no, don't, you know, they suck. And it's like, no, I'm going to give this person a shot, you know. Harvey Weinstein and people like him are just creeps that took advantage of the situation when really didn't need to. You know, they were pretty much just at their own game. And like I said, you know, if you become, and like NeoGaf didn't do the same thing. I mean, but, or the person at NeoGaf or whatever. But it just harkens back that if you are a popular person, or if you become this entertainer, you know, you are gonna at some point become a role model for people, and are gonna become, or have followers that will follow you, okay? And then you have to be like, okay, I gotta take responsibility of this, and I gotta turn it, and I gotta be like, okay, you know, they're gonna be following me. I'm gonna be the role model. They're gonna look up to me on stuff I do. So I need to be on the right path. I need to actually do stuff, good stuff, you know. And there are celebrities that do that, you know, that are on the good path and don't really do anything illegally. And they're just really down to earth. And there's a lot. I mean, like, I met two celebrities already that are down to earth, you know, and very awesome. Kyle Hester and David Hayter. Kyle Hester is like, he's just as real as me and you. He puts his pants on at the same time. And it's so unreal that he's making his dream come true, because him and his wife wrote a movie, and they're, you know, he's going to be starring it and getting all kinds of actors and actually funding this movie, and it's awesome. And he's a what they call a B movie actor. I think was in like one or two A movies, but he was a B movie actor, and he was great at it. I've seen his stuff, man. He's great. And it's weird because when you look at him, if you take David Hayter and take Mark Wahlberg and mix them together, that's who he looks like, kind of. Which is weird, you know. It's cool. But then, you know, I met David Hayter, and I was, like I've said every time I talk about it, I was starstruck, dude. I couldn't hardly speak. And I was like, okay, be professional, be, you know. And even though I call it the laid back interview, I was the one that wasn't laid back. I was all tensed up and nervous, going, if I say the wrong fucking thing, good God help me if I say the wrong damn thing. And I didn't, luckily. I didn't screw up, thank God. You know, and I really hope maybe I can get him back for another interview. But he was my childhood hero. I mean, like, from the moment I played Metal Gear when it came out, Metal Gear Solid when it came out, I was instantly a David Hayter fan. Because it was like, wow. Just wow. David Hayter is awesome. He's an awesome actor and voice actor. I watched Guyver, Dark Hero, several times. I still have it and watch it. I've got it on my laptop, and I watch it just constantly and over and over and over. And it's good that you watch movies and listen or watch animations and stuff like that, because then you get a good idea of voice acting and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty much, he nails it all the time, and he was my hero, dude. I've always dreamed of meeting him, and now that I talked to him face to face, and it was awesome. After that I hung up and I was just like running around the room, just holy shit, it was David Hayter. So I was pretty happy. I've tried a couple interviews and stuff, but a lot of my schedule just kind of, broke down. But anyway, let's move on from that. That I want to talk about this debacle I have. There's a person on Twitter that is just rubbing me the wrong way, and I need to kind of explain myself. Okay, it's so funny that this person would say this, and but what was I gonna say? But anyway, totally lost train of thought. You guys, I put up a poll. You guys voted and stuff. I do want to talk about Star Wars Episode 8. Oh man, I've seen the trailers and it looks, and there's just a lot of stuff like that. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff that's in there that hints towards stuff Disney deemed non-canon, and I feel like Disney deemed the comics and the books and all the other stuff that weren't in the movies non-canon is because that's material they could use and be like, take it and be like, okay, how can we take this that's already there and just transform it, just like with Jedi or Luke's Jedi Academy. They pretty much compressed. I mean, and there's a lot of stuff we don't know about Luke still. He could pop up in 8 and 9 and be like, I did this and that and this and that. There's just a lot of stuff that he's done between that and the Jedi Academy, and the Jedi Academy crumbled and everything else. And the birth of the Grey Jedis happened like way before. They were kicked out because they walked between the path of light and dark. And then the thing is, with Episode 8, the thing harkens back to the Grey Jedi. At the end of Episode 7, when you see Luke, his attire is all gray. And I understand that there are Jedis with the outfits, but why is his outfit gray? That was like a hint, and I was like, he could be a Grey Jedi. He's great. I've said that, and then once I saw the trailers and the teasers, I'm like, boom, my theory is pretty much correct. And he is the last Jedi, and he wants the Jedi to end. Why? Because he wants to make way for the Grey Jedi. There are Jedis, but they're gray. They walk in between the light and dark. It's the balance, is what they are talking about, and is what harken back to Anakin, that he actually did achieve what he was supposed to. But the balance of power was wrong. Okay, the balance of power was wrong. He did achieve balance, and Luke kind of broken that balance a little bit. For example, The balance that Anakin achieved was 2 Siths, 2 Jedi. How do you figure? 2 Siths, is it Palpatine? No, that was Senator Palpatine. Sidious, Darth Sidious or Dark Sidious, whatever, and then Darth Vader, and then you have Obi-Wan and Yoda, and then Luke came in the picture and started his training, and then when Obi-Wan disappears, there's Luke and Yoda. When Luke finishes his training, boom, it's down to Luke. So there's 1 Jedi and 2 Sith. When Luke confronted it at the end, not only did one get destroyed, all two Jedi's or Sith got destroyed. So now it was Luke. So now it's just 1 Jedi, and there's no balance. He fucked up the balance. And even though there was what's his name, Snoke, even though there was Snoke out there, there still need to be balance ahead. Now, if Rey is to be trained by Luke, then there will be a balance. The thing is with Kylo, I don't hardly believe he's converted over to the Sith side. So what I think, sorry about that. What I think is going to happen is that Luke will establish the gray Jedi that we all thought about and theorized about, and the balance between light and dark. And pretty much Anakin has pretty much done that. Because he gave birth to Luke, he was the chosen one. You know. If it wasn't for Anakin and them, you know, up until 3, Anakin would have, or what's her name? Queen Amidala would have died, you know, and there would have been no Luke or Leia, you know. Now there's, you know, Luke and Leia. I mean, he did achieve, you know, he was the chosen one. But what's weird is watching Rebels and seeing what's going on is, what's his name? It seems like he's the Star Killer. And they even hearken that name with the Star Killer base. And it's like, wow, you know, they're taking all this shit and, you know. And then with Obi-Wan showing up and killing Darth Maul asked, is he the chosen one? And he said, yes. So I don't know if he's talking about Luke. I think he's talking about Luke. I think Luke is the chosen one to bring balance to the Force. So I don't know. It's all up in the air, and I cannot wait for Star Wars. I've been kind of gearing up for everything and rewatching stuff and watching Rebels because that is canon now, you know. Even though it's a cartoon, it does, as you go along, it does get darker and darker. So, it's pretty damn awesome, if I say so myself. So, yeah, getting ready for that. The Walking Dead is coming up. So, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But you guys did a poll. Or I did a poll. You guys did a poll. I did a poll, and you guys voted. So, bear with me when I'm looking at that. Now, these polls have significant value to Rebels and Episode 8, particularly. So I just wanted to get that point across. With Episode 8, there could be a potential for Luke to go to the dark side. So I did a poll on that. There's just a lot of stuff that's been looming around 8. And I cannot wait to finally see this, you know. Okay. So here we go. Here's the polls. Now, poll 1. Will Force Ghosts Vader slash Anakin be in episode 8. And what I mean by that, could it be Hayden Christensen coming back? As you guys know, he was in the what was it? The 40th anniversary. 43% said yes. 14% of you said no. 29% of you said just Vader. And 14% said just Anakin. So it was like a battle between yes and just Vader. To be honest, I don't know, and it would be kind of cool because they had that concept of going back and forth. We don't really know if he's going to show up, but I do believe he would, because of the Force Ghost, if it's harkened back to the original series, as 7 was A New Hope, as 8 is to The Empire Strikes Back. We don't know. So, poll number 2. Will Luke go to the dark side or become a gray Jedi? 43% say stay a Jedi. 0% said dark side. And 57% of you said gray Jedi. And I think the gray Jedi thing fits. I think, he's going to put it into the Jedi and become the gray. And that way it could be a balance. Because if you have balance, there is seduction to the Force, but if you learn not to give in to seduction, and there's always probably going to be a seduction to the dark side, and they're probably going to be dark side users, and possibly, people becoming Sith. But if you actually cut it down, you do the balance, So poll 3. It was the last poll. Is Ezra Starkiller, and will we see him in episode 8 or 9? 0% said yes, 75% said no, and 25% said episode 8, and 0% said episode 9. I do want to believe he's Starkiller because the way he looks, I think he might be the reimagining of Starkiller. But I think it's said that the people that are in Rebels won't survive. So, I don't know. I did a side poll. It wasn't because of the Reaper podcast. I thought it would be kind of cool. It's still going on. It's got 3 days left. So if you guys want to, kind of check that out, I might as well just say it. As of right now, how would you like to see the Reaper podcast run by me, David Hayter, and Mark Hamill? Yeah, I think it'll be cool. Yes for 33%, no 17%, oh 50%. I don't know why I put the oh. It was just something, like, oh my god, So, that would be cool, I think. That would be really, really cool. Which is, it's fascinating because them two are villains on The Flash. David Hayter voices the Shark. I can't remember his name. I think his name was just Shark. And Mark Hamill is the Trickster. And it's weird, he does play a villain in DC as Joker in a cartoon series. But it's just weird because the Trickster reminds you of the Joker slash, and they even threw a joke in there I saw where it was like his son or something, and he does the "I'm your father" thing, and I was like, oh my god, it's harking back to it. It would be really an honor to get Mark Hamill on here, possibly before or after episode 8. That would be incredible, and I would love that. So if you guys want to see, honestly, I want to see polls. I want to see you guys comment on that. You guys want the Reaper podcast run by David Hayter, Mark Hamill, and I. Most importantly, and what I mean by run is, they would actually bring topics as well, and also, questions or to just shoot the shit. I think that would be incredibly awesome to do a podcast like that. A celebrity run by podcast, and maybe we can get other people in it as well. But it's everybody's busy with promoting stuff and doing shows and stuff like that, and traveling, which is understandable. For one, I am pretty busy as myself. Trying to get stuff done is almost impossible. With what's been going on lately, and it's been just topsy-turvy, and usually videos come on there and it'll be just weird names, and then I'll edit them later after they're out, because I don't know, it's just a lot of time has been spent on doing stuff. So I do want to thank you guys so much for listening to this short podcast, and I want to thank you so much for applying the polls. Whenever I post a poll, I do the hashtag The Reaper Podcast. So if you guys see a poll, please vote on it, and I will announce the polls and everything else. If you guys want to have a comment on the polls and your input, I will actually say the input. Whether I can't do nasty input or whatever, but if it's a good input, I will actually say it. If it's a clean one, not. So, guys, there's gonna be more and more. Right now, I've got to jump off here. I'm running out of time on this podcast. It's a very short one. Usually my long ones, I have other people. But not now, as apparently, because it's just been one thing after another, and I cannot wait. Of course, I have not seen the newest episode. I think the newest episode of Dragon Ball Super is out. I have not got to see that yet, or the Gundam ones, which I'm going to go see them after this. So, apparently I was right. I saw that one episode where Frieza gave Goku energy, so I was right. I think I said that already. I do believe. But anyway, but guys, okay. Before I end this podcast, I've got to say, there's this person on Twitter that's been giving me hell, and I do believe, from watching it, I do believe he's a troll now. Because he frequently calls me a troll and says I contradict myself. I don't really contradict myself. Basically, the information what I've been getting at is that Konami knows. It's kind of like, duh. Anyway, that Konami knows. People have reported that the nuke tab is broken. And it's broken on purpose. The reason why it's broken on purpose is because, people nowadays, they finish the game. They finish it, and they're like, okay, I've done everything I'm supposed to. I finished the game. I know everything in and out of the game. All the cutscenes, blah, 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 blah. But I want more. And people just scream and pound their fists at the table going, give us more, give us more, give us more. And it's like, slow down, this game just released, and like with MGS4, after MGS4, people were like, give me more, give me more. And I think that's why Hideo kind of pumped the brakes a little bit with MGS5 and did this Moby Dick Studio thing, is because he wants to get people guessing and doing this, because it kind of chills you out a little bit. And it's like, okay, you know what? They want more. Let's give them this whole big shebang and see how they like it. And, it worked, to be honest, because a lot of people were just like, they're still like doing the give me more shit, but that was because of the Phantom Pain. But they're pounding their fist, and the whole give me more after they've done everything in the game. they've kind of stopped doing it, and now they're just thinking about other shit. But there's still people out there that are doing that. I personally said that the information that I've gathered is, or not gathered, but what's been told to me. I cannot personally say who said it to me, because for fear that would be backlash and trouble for me. I do not want to get sued or any type of way, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But anyway, the information that I've got is that Konami already knows. I mean, there's been plenty enough reports that the nuke tab is broken on purpose. It's on purpose because they need time to do stuff. They need time to work and to get stuff done. And they can't get stuff done when people are constantly bitching and complaining about they want more. They want, they beat this game, but they want another game. And they're constantly bitching and complaining. So the whole Moby Dick Studios and everything else that's going on, kind of puts that up. But the nuke tab is broken so that we won't get ahead of ourselves. I've got information that the nuke tab pretty much is going to get fixed soon. And when I mean fixed soon is, they're going to be pretty much coming out here. Really, I don't know if it's this year. It's probably this year. My feeling is it could be after the VGAs or during or before, maybe after, a little bit after. It might be this year. Who knows? It might be next year. With possibly, before, maybe after Survive has been released. But that's all I've been told is soon. Just right now, me saying this, it could come out, that's me speculating. But from what I've been told, is it's going to happen soon. Whether or not it's going to come out after the announcement of the Metal Gear Solid movie, like a trailer or whatever, or just shown up in a tweet sometime, who knows what's really going to happen. So stay tuned there. And no, I did not specifically say when. He is making it sound like I said when, and I did not contradict myself. And then the only thing I said was that, they need to release this soon. They need to fix the nuke tab soon. For some reason, he's saying I contradict myself when I didn't. I'm just saying they need to fix it soon. They need to kind of, hey, if you're going to release it soon, come on. Now would be a good time. But whatever they got planned, they got something planned. The year is not up yet. It's getting close, though. The year's not up yet for the 30th Metal Gear anniversary. That could happen possibly, who knows when. When they did the 25th anniversary, I think that was on August. So that could happen really, and Metal Gear was released what? Before that? Way before that? Or after, but for some reason I had it in August. So who knows? Who really knows? It's October. October's about to go up, and it's about to be November, and then there's December. So who really knows? They might just fly by it and say, you know what? We'll just wait until next time or something. Who knows? But it's something that, I am a theorist, and I apologize for all the people I tagged to bring him out in this conversation, but this guy's really getting on my nerves, calling me a troll when I don't troll. I clearly don't troll, because why would I troll to jeopardize being an entertainer, a YouTube entertainer, and a voice actor? There's no fucking way. I'm sorry, I don't do that. I don't troll. This person might be a troll themselves. I'm just going to ignore this person and block him. And the reason why it ticks me off is because I see it all the time, is that I try to engage people, and whenever people don't engage people and this stuff pops up, they start getting a following back. they start getting this following behind them and going, yeah, I think he's this, I think he's that. Because a lot of people like to be, opposite, and it's like, okay, I don't care if you don't believe, same things I do. Kudos to you. You don't sit there and just call me a troll for no damn reason. I am not a troll. I'm just telling you what I've been told. I cannot just say this person told me and it's from this and this and this, because then shit will happen and I will be, probably, okay, we're going to hit you with this, we're going to hit you with that, legal shit, all around. And no, I'm not doing that. I'm not outing anybody. Like a good friend told me, is that if you want to get close to somebody, if you want to gain their friendship, you keep secrets. You don't tell secrets. So, and I, for one, I hate, not telling people. I hate sitting there just going, oh my God, I got to tell people, but I have to. I really don't want to, but I have to, because it's part of the fun, okay? Just bear with me on this. But I do have a theory video coming out soon. Possibly before VGAs. It's a little hard getting it because I'm working with this new software. It's really hard to do, so bear with me on that. So guys, I'm going to end this video. I love you all. Big love to my Reaper army out there. I know I haven't called you that in a while. The Walking Dead will be coming on, and I cannot wait for that. And I will see you guys in the next Reaper podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me. It would be kind of awesome too to get Norman Reedus on here. Okay, I mean, do you guys want to see Norman Reedus on the podcast? Put down comment below. I'm actually going to do a poll about that. See what you guys think. Or have Hideo on here, dude. If Hideo was to show up on my podcast, that would be just phenomenal. I mean, I would probably pee and poop myself to where I'm just like, oh God, what do I say to this smart, intelligent person? So that would be extremely awesome. So, but guys, thank you so much. Also, the theory video that I have out, I call it the Adam/Devil theory, and there's a reason for that. It's information that I've acquired from a certain person. This person, okay, the information I've already leaked out, that I'm actually going to put out there is that the skull face in the Phantom Pain is not real. Just keep that in mind, that he's not real at all. He's real in Ground Zeroes, but in Phantom Pain he's not. In the Ground Zeroes, it's somebody we know, and he's wearing a mask. Okay, masks are not that common in Metal Gear. So, just think about that. And also, that same person, we've actually met him in the games. Not Solid Snake games. But the big boss games, we've actually met him. So, I've let it out a little bit of hints here and there. So, it's just going to be a wild ride, and I really hope it's just worth it. But I'm still keeping all my theories because, hey, I gotta have my own insight on this thing. So, yeah. So, guys, and also I do support, a lot of people are doing this whole hashtag F Konami. I'm sorry, I'm not into that. I support Konami and Kojima fully. I support them with peaceful, intent. These two, honestly, to be honest, I would be the paper boy. I would be the, if Konami is on stage and Kojima's right there, I'll be right in the middle going, hey, support these guys. Support them both. Not don't, no, support them both. Support them. You know, I'd be like that, you know. So, yeah, and thank you, Konami. Thank you for everything you do. A lot of people don't really agree, but you know what? That's fine. That's their opinion. They're entitled to their opinion. But, and I support everything Konami does. Kojima, thank you so much. I support you as well and Kojima Productions, and I hope everything is going to go as you planned, because I know the inside of your plan and what's going on, and it's genius, by the way, and I hope it goes well and well with everyone. So, yeah. Konami, same goes for you. I can't wait to get my hands on Survive. Yeah, that would be really sweet. It would be really awesome if I get Survive, and you know, I can show you guys it early. That would be cool. But well, we'll see. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Reaper Podcast. It's every Tuesday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It would be a little longer if it wasn't for nobody showing up, but as of right now, nobody watch. Usually I usually get done with the podcast and everything. I'm about to load everything up, and then it's like, oh, hey man, what's up? You want to record today? And it's like, oh, shit, you know. So that's nobody's on. So thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys next week. See ya.